Hi, Kelly Savage with the Butterfly Thoughts Podcast. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I'm kind of excited right at this moment because I'm not making a perfect podcast here right now. I'm just being real in the moment, transparent with all of you, and sharing some of my butterfly thoughts, hoping that they help you on your journey of life. So I found it once again when I was reminded today that God works through anything. So even in the Bible, he can speak through a donkey. So he can speak really through anything. And the one thing that I absolutely love and adore is that the fact that he also knows us. So he will speak through things, situations, people, practically anything to sometimes get our attention. So we may not be actively seeking him at any given moment, but maybe he wants to talk to us. It's kind of just like a friend calling us up and saying, hey, what are you doing? Hey, I wanted to share this with you, right? So maybe he just brings those in to speak with us and say, hey, I want to talk to you today. So I was actually playing some music. Every day is different. My genres are different. My moods are different. Sometimes it's silent and sometimes I put the music on. But today I put some music on and it was a song, No Roots, which I don't have the rights to. I think I have to say that. But No Roots. And it's a catchy tune and I was listening to it. And as I was listening to it, the butterfly thought just flew right in. No roots. How freeing can that be? But then I started just getting the download because I attuned my ear. I attuned my heart. And the first thing I thought about was, well, several thoughts, but the gardens, roots, and then hometown roots. Because sometimes we escape our hometown roots never to return. Sometimes we return to hometown roots because maybe being comfortable or familiar, or we don't know how to do life without it, or we feel out of our element, or there could be many, many reasons. Those who fly out of their hometown whenever they can and never to return, there's reasons for that as well. Maybe they do find it freeing that they have pulled that root. Maybe it was a dysfunctional root. Maybe it was unhealthy. Maybe it was an extremely unhappy root. Not sure, but that's what I'm exploring today. Then my thoughts went to the garden. Pulling roots of weeds is so important. Why? Because, of course, the weeds will keep on popping up. But if we pull them at their roots, they're not going to disrupt our garden anymore. Maybe new ones would pop up. But if we got those at the root, if we even do an extra dose of weed killer, and that could be an extra dose of God and positive and word in our life, those roots would not come back up. So then I'm thinking about my garden and I'm learning how to keep plants alive and flowers alive. I'm learning that when I go pull the weeds, they will come back very, very quickly. And they disrupt my garden. They disrupt the beauty of my garden. I don't like that. So then I thought, the garden of our life. We can plant the plants we want, the flowers we want. It could be positivity and joy, faith, hope, patience, kindness, cup overflowing for ourselves to flow to others. Beautiful plants. And we don't want those weeds. So we would have to kill them from the roots. Jumped back to the hometown thought, and I thought there are really some people who live with no roots at all. those that kind of go about their business and keep on jumping from place to place, nomads, maybe they're very freeing because they don't have roots. I don't know. That was a thought that I had to ponder on as well. I do know that when we don't deal with the roots, they will keep on popping up in our lives. It might be a day, might be a couple weeks, might be a year or two, but they will. And that is just a guarantee of what happens in life when we do not deal with our roots. What roots are you dealing with? Fear, anger, unforgiveness to people, or maybe yourself. Dysfunction, having the wrong atmosphere or one that is not healthy for you. How about destructive habits? Dysfunctional relationships? Do you need a boundary planted in your garden of life? You can be the master of your garden of life. Is it the easiest thing to tend? No. Gardening takes work. Watering the flowers takes work. Weeding and pulling the roots take work. Thank God we have His Word as our guide. Thank God we have Him that is available to speak to us, heal us, help us pull the roots by His strength He gives us, especially when we ask. If we open that question up to Him, work with Him, listen to those butterfly thoughts that come in when He's calling us up, cultivating the ground, cultivating our heart is very important to making the best garden. So what roots are you dealing with right now? What keeps popping up to interrupt the garden that you are trying to build? But here's a question. What kind of garden are you trying to build? What weeds are you taking out, wanting the roots pulled? What flowers and plants do you want to plant? It's not always easy. It takes work, but it is absolutely possible. With your power of choice, cultivating your heart, giving it to God, working with Him, you can have a beautiful garden too. Have a great day.